6:51, time for the morning sprint.
In Sun Prairie, a man is recovering from serious injuries when he was hit by a garbage truck. Dane County deputies say the 41-year-old didn't stop at the intersection of County Highway TT and Ridge Road when it happened. He was broadsided by the dump truck. The driver ejected from his pickup. Though he is dealing with those serious injuries, he is expected to survive. The garbage truck driver wasn't hurt.
A 17-year-old girl recovering at American Family Children's Hospital this morning after a 17-year-old boy from Fall River allegedly tried to kill her. Dylan Lenz now charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, and the details are disturbing. Lenz told police that he met the 17-year-old girl through an app. Then they parked at the Beaver Dam Goodwill parking lot. The criminal complaint alleges that he began choking her and stabbing her with a box cutter, stabbing her multiple times in the right shoulder. Lenz then let her out of the car and hit her with his car. He reversed and then hit her again and left the scene. When asked why he did it, he said he was trying to kill her.
A 19-year-old man charged in 2 separate sex assault cases near the UW campus is pleading not guilty. Safwan Takar faces 4 felony charges from an incident earlier this month. Police say he broke in through the window of an apartment and sexually assaulted a woman sleeping inside. Another woman says that Takar assaulted her in June after offering to drive her home from the bar. A judge ordered both cases to be bound over for trial.
President Biden plans to announce a release of 15 million barrels of oil from the U.S. Strategic Reserve. It's in response to recent cuts from OPEC plus nations with just a few weeks to go before the midterms here. It'll complete the release of 180 million barrels Biden authorized back in March.
Philanthropist Mackenzie Scott is donating $5 million to the Greater Watertown Community Health Foundation. The money will help the Every Child Thrives initiative that brings groups from area counties to promote kindergarten readiness.
Mackenzie Scott also making the largest ever donation by a single person to the Girl Scouts of America. She gifted the organization $84.5 million. The Girl Scouts said in a release that Scott and the national chapter will now choose 29 local councils to get the money. The Girl Scouts of America is the largest leadership organization for girls in the world with 2.5 million members.
The family of the late George Floyd has sent a cease and desist letter to rapper Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. This is breaking this morning. In the letter, lawyers for the family said they intend on filing a lawsuit for, quote, harassment, misappropriation, defamation, and infliction of emotional distress. This comes after Ye said on a podcast that Floyd's death was due to fentanyl in his system. The letter demands he remove the interview and refrain from making similar comments.
Across Wisconsin this morning, Kimberly Clark in Neenah is celebrating 150 years. It started back in 1872. The mill began making a form of cotton and products mostly used for soldiers in wars. Since then, they've generated billions in annual sales and invented new materials like Kleenex.
The IRS is adjusting federal tax brackets to account for inflation. Brackets for multiple types of filers will get around a 7% bump. Basically, that means more Americans get to keep more of their money. Since the IRS adjustments are for 2023, though, taxpayers won't actually see those returns until 2024.
Newly obtained body camera video from the Tampa Police Department shows the arrest of several people accused of voter fraud, all of them ex-felons. 2018 state constitutional amendment restored the right to vote for most ex-felons, except those convicted of murder or felony sex offenses. But there's some confusion. Some of the arrested ex-felons say the state allowed them to register to vote and vote. Someone plans to pay nearly $40,000 for a new iPhone that's 15 years old. This first release 2007 iPhone was auctioned off over the weekend. It was still in its original box and factory sealed. 15 years ago, the device retailed for about $500 to $600. The auction house expected it to go for at least $30,000.
Temperatures are in the 20s this morning. We're at 27 right now in Madison. Janesville, you did it. You stayed at 30 the whole day, or the whole morning anyway, and temperatures have yet to fall into the 20s there. Over the next 12 hours, we'll be warming up to 46, and that does come with sunshine for all of us. Doppler track is completely clear right now and likely remains clear for the next several days. I'm not tracking any rain chances in here until we get towards Sunday afternoon.
Ooh, all right, Chris Reese, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Stay with us, folks. We'll have another news and weather update coming up here in about a half an hour.